but what I have seen, almost immediately starting up was again Tea Party versus establishment and that kind of stuff. And that is, it's talked about in the media because the media likes to promote a fight, but we fall into it ourselves and consider, and we tend to describe ourselves as Tea Party versus the establishment Republicans rather than I'm a Tea Party Republican and along with the establishment Republicans we're going to do whatever. We tend to think of ourselves as not wide receiver versus running back. We think of ourselves as the Tea Party is the Redskins and the establishment is the Cowboys. And how's that for me throwing down some sportsing analogies?
Sporting.
And that was like those were both football teams, weren't they?
Yes, they were. Well, we don't know how long the Redskins will be a sports team.
I had to go politically incorrect, didn't I?
that was apparently something that played some impact in the Virginia race too. So that was an interesting side note that we don't need to talk about. But
I had a couple of notes that speak directly to what Leslie was talking about. There's a quote here. There's only one Democrat that matters now, who counts now, and that's the president. Anybody want to guess who said that? Anyone?
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Did he really?
He did.
That was a complete guess. But you know what? Everybody, all these haters. I need to get this off of my chest. All of these haters for Mitch McConnell, every single one of them, you guys do not know the can of whoop-ass that is going to be opened up this year. I am absolutely sure of it. Mitch had one thing that was in between him and getting stuff done, and that was Harry Reid. I mean, we couldn't do anything. We were at a standstill. So instead of doing a lot of stuff that gets us in trouble, that makes people upset with us, I'm not going to mention any names or anything that happened maybe last year sometime in the fall that made people really pissed off at us. But we have a chance to get some running room here, and I don't think that Mitch McConnell is going to be this, milquetoast, limp politician like Boehner's. And I fully admit that Boehner is horrible. But I
wouldn't follow Boehner out of a burning building.
But I will say that I think that Mitch McConnell has a lot more fight than he's giving credit for.
Here's another quote. This is great. The president has been protected from having to do things by not having legislation sent to him that he doesn't like. The Democrats have been running interference, and Mitch McConnell called them on it immediately and said repeatedly in his press conference, now we can get to work. The only thing that has been obstructing progress in this country is Harry Reid in the Democrat Senate. The Senate's changed. It's a new day in the Senate. Now we have the opportunity to get things done. The House has passed, and he listed hundreds, he said hundreds of bills that have been sent our way. We haven't been able to take up a thing because members want to vote. They want to get through and look at legislation and actually have a chance to vote on it, but it's not been happening under Harry Reid. Now things are going to change. And this was said in a very calm voice, in a very, bemused sort of, yes, here it's a good day, but not an aggressive fashion that, say, perhaps a Ted Cruz would have spoken in. Ted Cruz is a good attack dog for some things. When you're looking at the leader and the speaker or the majority leader, now you're talking about someone who you want to give off the impression of, oh, we're doing things. I don't understand why the president's complaining, because here we have all these things that we're accomplishing and he's not coming to the table. He's not willing to negotiate with us. You want that kind of approach out of your majority leader, and then you want your junkyard dog on the side to be agitating and everything as well. It's part of a team. And so while McConnell is not my favorite senator by a long shot, I think he played things very well today. And I think given the contrast between Harry Reid, we are in for a lot of good legislation and the potential for some great messaging around that, even if nothing is ever going to be signed. And we need to come into that with that realistic expectation that everything the Senate passes will be vetoed by Obama, but everything that the Senate passes that he vetoes will be a forced statement from Obama on the fact that he doesn't want to work with the Senate. But guess who's still driving the agenda? We are. We have the power to make these types of thoughts and these conversations happen and then drag, of course, all the elected officials along with us. How exciting is that?